بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله أجمعين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه إلى يوم الدين. مشاهدينا الكرام، طلبة الصف الثاني عشر الأساسي بالسلطنة الحبيبة، نحييكم في ساعة جديدة وساعة متجددة في مادة اللغة الإنجليزية الأساسية لطلبة الصف الثاني عشر. حلقة نتمناها كذا جميلة رائعة، مركزين معنا إن شاء الله تعالى ومستهلين في هذا البرنامج الرائع الوحدة الأولى من وحدات هذا الكتاب المدرسي. طبعا كما تعودنا في هذا البرنامج أن نبدأ حصتنا باللغة العربية ثم نبدأ شرح باللغة الإنجليزية لحد ما نخلص إن شاء الله تعالى هذا الشرح. So, good afternoon to all grade 12 students in the Sultanate. Hope you are doing well, great, and staying in safely as well within COVID-19 issue which affecting the world right now. Welcome you all to our new English language session, which we will shed the light inshallah on theme 1, unit 3, which is vocabulary. If we move on to the PowerPoint that we have already prepared to you, you can find and you can see that the title of theme 1, unit 3 is news stories. From the title itself, we can say, from the title itself, news stories. So we are talking about events happen in the past, and those writers or authors or whatever, they narrate the stories in where? In, for example, magazines, newspapers, and whatever. So we are talking about news story. We are talking about something happened in the past. Those people narrate these stories to us. Why do you think they are narrating these stories for us? To attract our attention, to buy the newspapers, to buy the magazines, for example. And also, they would like to stick their names as well within the famous authors in the world. If you are ready, we're going to go directly to the theme right now. So just make sure that your course book, workbook, notebook, and your stationaries are next to you to help you within the session. Ready? Let's go. So the objectives of this lesson is, the first objective, guys, is practicing prediction skill, and this is what we are gonna inshallah focus on. How can a student in your age, how can students in grade 12 predict a new word, predict a new vocabs meaning? So we would like also to enrich you with new vocabs and words. We would like you to make a list of new words and meanings which will help you later on to speak the language outside, because exposuring to the language would like to get more and more words. The second objective is encouraging students to read news stories. As we know that Omani students are not stick to buy English magazines or English newspapers. By the way, English magazines and newspapers are really helpful because they enrich students with lots and lots of new vocabs. The second thing, expanding your vocabulary. We'll try our best to give you some ideas, some advices as well, which will lead you to expand your amount of vocabs, amount of new words. Also, we would like to let you know that within the session we have a very nice idea to keep these words and meanings in your notebook and also save them for the future purposes. The third objective is developing the use of adjectives. How can we use an adjective? Most of the students, they know lots of words. They know verbs, they know nouns, they know adjectives, they know adverbs, but unfortunately they don't know the right way to put the adjective. So we, inshallah, here we are gonna help you. How can you put the adjective in the right place? So as you can see, this photo or picture about news stories, as the designers of the book, they said what? They said that we need to encourage our students to read stories. From where? From the newspapers. So look, as you can see, lots of newspapers here. You can read newspaper from the paper itself, and also you can read the newspaper from your mobile phone. There are lots of applications which allow you to download or to surf the newspaper online. Also the tablets that we have right now, they are supporting the versions of newspapers. So nowadays, the things are really easy. Within the fourth industrial revolution, things are easy. No need to go for a quick ride to get a newspaper. Nowadays, you can what? You can download the application of the newspaper or the magazine in your mobile phone, and you can surf whatever newspapers and magazines in the world, which is written, of course, written in English. So there is no excuse at all. Download it and start reading a newspaper. Now I'm gonna shed the light as well in 2 points here. The stories or the headlines of newspapers, most of the time, so we call them the headlines, which are العناوين العريضة, we can say it in Arabic. The headlines most of the time are written in present simple. Why do you think? Yes, present simple to attract the attentions, to attract the attention, and using present simple with the headlines make a variety of attractives for the readers and the author. Also, a variety of words that can be chosen here. So present simple to attract the readers as well. Some students will say, but teacher, the headline is saying something about a story which happened in the past. The headline should be in the past. I said, yes, the story happened in the past, but the headlines, they agree. The newspaper language to write the headlines, most of the headlines in present simple, but the story happened in the past. We have to agree on that. So if the students go to the newspaper and get a headline in present simple, this is the normal thing which has happened within newspaper. They are writing headlines using that tense, not past simple, so present simple. But the story, you will find it with the past simple, whatever tense which is related to the past. Anyway, so the headlines are in the present simple, which will attract the readers. The second thing, sometimes the writer would like to attract readers' attention by giving what we can say it in English, shiny words. So these kind of shiny words attract you to read the whole article. So this is what writers trick use to lead you to open the newspaper and go to the news itself. So this is one of the ways that they are using. So we would like you to read these kind of newspapers and news stories, focus on a present simple, which might may be effective to let you as well read the news. One more thing to mention here, that it's not only the present simple. We would like you also, when you read the news, to predict the new words. And here we read something called prediction skills, اللي هي مهارة توقع. So how can you predict the word meaning? So you are reading the story, you find a difficult word and you skip it for the first time, then you continue reading the story, then you find the same word in the second or third line or whatever, then you skip it and you find the same word in the other between the lines there. So here you have to stop and predict that word's meaning, because the repetition of that word means that it's important, and you can't continue understanding the story without understanding the meaning of that word. So you have so many ideas to predict these words. We are gonna as well mention some of these ideas which will help you for sure to predict the word, but later on. So if we move to Unit 3, so if you open your course book, Unit 3, News Stories. Now we're going to go directly to the book and mention some of these adjectives. So if you can see that task 1, check the meanings of the adjective. Of course, you can check it through dictionary. Look at the headlines in picture A and B. So we have 2 headlines. We do have 2 pictures, A and B. We'll write each adjective into a bracket column under each picture together with its meaning. So we have 2 headlines and we have 8 adjectives. We have to list these adjectives under the headline. Anyway, what we are gonna do before that, we have to mention that all these 8 words are what? Are adjectives. Are adjectives. So the adjectives here will play a vital role in describing pictures, And as you know, the idiom in English or the proverb in English, a picture worth 1,000 of words. So here we have to be very careful when choosing the adjective. Now, let's move to the adjective. When do we use adjectives, guys? We use adjective to describe. Describe what? Describe something or someone. So this is the first thing you have to know, that adjective's role is to describe something or someone. How can we describe it in such a grammatical structure? Most of the time, students are making mistakes, and we can find these kind of mistakes in final exam questions, and even with our students and short class tests, we can see that students are making such mistakes, and they are continuing making these mistakes. They are swapping the adjective with the noun. They put the noun first, then the adjective. Some of them are really confused. They don't know where should they put the right adjective. What is the right place for the adjective? So now we have to mention that the adjective comes before noun. The adjective comes before noun like this. So look, adjective plus noun. This is the structure in English. And if you ask me, can we put more than 1 adjective before the noun? Yes, we can. We can put 2, 3, 4, 5 adjectives before noun, but we do have a structure for it. Which adjective comes first, which adjective comes second, third, and fourth, and whatever. We do have a rule that in English, for example, the adjective of the color, the adjective of the size, the adjective of the height, the adjective of the weight, the adjective of whatever. So we have a rule in English, which one comes first, which one comes later. So adjectives plus noun, adjective plus noun. So if I can give one of the mistakes that students do in final exam, they do, for example, the man, for example, tall. The man tall, he is describing that man or that guy as a tall guy. So look, the man tall. So this is wrong in English. Man is noun, tall is adjective. So this is directly, we can mention that the students, he knows the adjective and he knows the noun, but unfortunately he missed the position of each one. So the part of his speech should be in order. So as the rule we've mentioned, we can say the tall man. The tall man. So tall here adjective, man as noun. So this is the rule in English. Adjective first, then noun. So we are describing someone here. Even if we describe something, we have to put the adjective plus the noun. And we have lots of examples. We can't say school nice or school beautiful. We have to say nice school. Nice school, yeah, beautiful school. So adjective describing the noun. Clear? Hope that is clear. We have really, it's a very serious issue within our schools in Oman, so we have to mention that. Anyway, let's get back to the adjectives there. So all of them here are adjective. The first adjective is tragic. Tragic. The second one is weird. Weird. The third one, bizarre. Bizarre. The fourth one, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. The fourth one, surprising. Surprising. And the fifth one, distressing. Distressing. The seventh one, terrible. Terrible. And the last one, intriguing. Intriguing. Sorry. Intriguing. Yes. So we have 8 adjectives. What we are going to do right now, we'll try to list them under each headline here. The first headline is what? Powerful earthquake kills thousands of people in Nepal. Powerful earthquake. Look, the headline itself doesn't start with earthquake as a noun. Start with a very strong adjective, which is powerful earthquake. The powerful earthquake as a headline itself will attract the reader to continue reading. Powerful earthquake kills thousands of people in Nepal. Wow. The news headline here a bit shocking. So we have what? We have to focus on that one, and the readers of that newspaper will try to continue reading the story itself. So powerful earthquake kills thousands of people in Nepal. As you can see, kills here is present simple, as we have mentioned. Most of the headlines are using present simple. The second headline is what? Man bites crocodile on nose in Australia. Wow. Man bites crocodile on nose in Australia. Sometimes the reader will be confused here. What happened here? The man bite the crocodile, or the crocodile bite the man from the first headline. But if you continue reading the story, you will find out the story itself. So now, this is the authors or writers tricky to bring shiny headlines to put you in the trap and read the whole story. Anyway, before going on, I would like also to mention that these kind of adjectives should have an idea, should have something to memorize. I've prepared a table here, guys, before we move on. This is the table as you can see in the screen. Look, I list the adjectives, and the second column is titled by meaning, and the third column is titled by synonym. Why do you think that I did that? This is one of the strategies that we can use to expand the amount of vocabulary that we have. So students, as grade 12 students, you have to bring in some of these ideas to save the adjective or save the words that we have in the book, which will allow you to use them in the future and inshallah in the university life. So why do I put meaning and synonyms? This is a very short table, so I put it for you just for practicing. So one student will say, can I add, for example, antonyms? So you put synonym here. Can I add antonym? I said, yes, you can do that. One student will say, can I add examples? I will say, of course you can add examples, because synonyms, antonyms, meanings, examples are one are the ways of many to which will help you to expand your vocabs. So what I did here, a very short example. So let's start with a tragic, for example. What does tragic mean? Tragic mean is very sad. So you can add it in a very simple way. Tragic is very sad. You can bring a synonym of tragic. You can bring, for example, it's sad. It's sad. Tragic is sad. So tragic is a strong adjective. So this is in English. So tragic is a very strong adjective, but we are not using tragic in our normal life. We are using sad, which is easier and daily use. So these kind of strong adjectives are needed for the purpose of talking, for the purpose of attracting attentions of the listener, of the readers, if we are gonna write a paragraph or a story for a newspaper. So these strong adjectives are really helpful to attract readers, to attract listeners as well, to pay attention. Weird is something unusual. unusual. Or strange, غريب. Oh, sorry, I did write in the third one. Yeah, weird, unusual, or strange. Good. Synonym of weird, strange. We can say strange as well. Yeah, strange. These are only examples. If we carry on doing all the adjectives, what will happen? We will increase our list of vocabularies. And of course, I did it in a very easy way because I know the meanings of these adjectives, but you will be asked to get help from your dictionary. So the teacher or you yourself, you will look up these new adjectives from the dictionaries, and you will find the meanings, summarize the meaning, and get the synonym as much as you can. So if we say to bizarre, the same thing. Bizarre is very strange as well. Strange. Yeah, let's do them all instead of doing one by one. Heartbreaking as well is really shocking, we can say. Sadem, heartbreaking, means also very, very sad. And if we can bring a synonym, we can say very sad. I don't know why the designers of the book bring all the sad words here, but anyway. Surprising as well, something unexpected, something unexpected, غير متوقع, مفاجئ. Distressing, I've written here that's worrying. Yeah. Terrible, we can say something you are unhappy about or upset of something, so we can say unhappy or upset. Synonym, upset, we can say upset. We can say as well horrible. Yeah, one of the synonyms of terrible. Intriguing, very interesting, very, very interesting. Okay, which is also, if we can bring a synonym to intriguing, is interesting. Yeah, this is a bit positive, but of course, even intriguing comes to it might come to the negative side if the story is interesting, but in the second part, which is not a positive, negative side, which is sad story or tragic story. So look, what did we do here? We list the adjectives. We look up the meanings of these adjectives from the dictionaries. We guess from friends, from teacher. Then what happened? We bring the synonym of these adjectives. If you ask me, can we put Arabic meaning within this table next to English meaning? Of course, we can put, since our L1 or our mother language is the Arabic, of course, can help and support. All that you are gonna do within this table, which will help you, of course, we don't mind at all, which will help you to expand your amount of vocabs. So now I've explained the meanings of the adjectives and the synonyms. Let's get back to the topic itself. So now, what do we have to do to list these adjectives under the headline? So if we say powerful earthquake kills thousands of people in Nepal, tragic is written as an example under A headline. So we have headline A, headline B. Tragic is written under headline A. What about the second one? Let's say surprising. So headline A or headline B? Surprising. Huh? Yes, headline B, surprising. So one student will say, teacher, why don't we put surprising to headline A, not B? Of course, it can be as well for headline A, but more closer to headline B. This is what we are predicting as well. So surprising, finish. Let's go to weird. weird, very strange. Earthquake, not strange, but biting someone's nose by a crocodile is weird. So we can say that weird under headline B. So we've done with weird. Distressing, also very strange. So we can put it under B, but not strange like the first one, which is weird. So distressing comes as well, that the earthquake killed thousands of people, something which is unusual. So we will use distressing to describe headline B. Okay, very good. Bizarre, it's written as headline B. Bizarre. Terrible is headline A. Heartbreaking, which one? Thousands of people, we can say as well. Heartbreaking, we'll go for headline B. Intriguing for headline B. So what did we do? We've listed these adjectives under the headlines. Some students will say as well, why this, why not this? So we'll say this is the closers that we can put. And to be frankly with you, we can put two adjectives or one adjective for both headline A and headline B. But anyway, we have to stick to the answers key from the designers of this book. I hope that it is clear for the time being before moving to the second thing, to the second information part, which is in the yellow box here in task 2. Building up vocabulary from news stories. So if we are building up our vocab from news stories, this is the whole story that we have narrated from the first minute of this program. We said that reading news stories will help you to enrich, or will help you to get more and more vocabs and words that you will use them in the future. Yes, strong adjectives, shiny words, difficult one, but you will use them. So let's read this one, and I'm going to give you also an idea how can you list the words and get benefit from the table that you are going to draw. So reading news stories in English is an excellent way, they said, excellent way to build up your vocabulary. So since it's excellent, go ahead guys, why don't you read? It's free. When you read a headline, try and predict what vocabulary will be in the story. So read and predict, guess, توقع the meaning of the word. Why not? Since it's available within your hand, instead of using WhatsApp 24/7, use your mobile phone to download an application of a newspaper and read the stories there. Don't say, well, it's very difficult, we can't continue reading. No, continue read, because reading and listening are input skill. So if you are not reading and listening to English because it's difficult, how can you produce a language? How can you get the input to output? You can't speak English fluently before reading and listening English. So read more, you will speak more. Headlines often use extreme. Here is the word that I'm looking for. Extreme adjective, which is a strong adjective, to make the stories more dramatic, for example, tragic instead of sad. All right, dear all students, we'll go for a very short break with the news headlines and we'll get back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, dear all grade 12 students. So after the news headline, let's get back to our session and continue building up our vocabs and words through reading news stories from the magazine. So if we get back to the yellow box right now, from the PowerPoint that we have prepared for you, you can see that the description of reading news stories is excellent way to improve your English. And also expanding your words, your vocabs, and also the use of these words and vocabs will be more helpful in final exams and writing paragraphs, even writing your assignments and projects for the university life. So now, predicting the words, so predicting the meanings of new words should go through some process, like getting the meanings from the dictionary, or asking teacher, or asking your friend. Put that word in example, use it in your day, for example. Choose a word for a day, choose an adjective for a day, use it with your friends. This will make it easier to you to memorize it, and also to expand your vocab area. Anyway, look, we have stopped on the words extreme adjective or strong adjective. So we have two kinds of adjective. We have strong adjectives, and we do have as well, we call it ordinary adjective, which is the normal adjective. So what is the difference between them? The strong one are having a really very deep meaning and more powerful meanings, the powerful that we have said. But the normal one is standard one. It doesn't bring things in reality. But if we say sad, it means sad in a normal way. But if we would like to say very sad, we can use tragic. So tragic means a big problem happened, people die, for example. But sad sometimes doesn't mean that people die in the accident, but sad maybe about the car, sad that they got injured, sad that the guys in the accidents have been transferred to the hospital. So sad sometimes doesn't touch the deep point of the story, rather than tragic, which touch the deep meaning of the sentence that you would like to convey to the one who is in front of you. Anyway, so we have to understand we have strong adjectives and ordinary adjective. What we are going to ask you for, the ordinary and the strong one, if you can bring them. So where can you bring strong adjectives? From the news stories, from the narrative stories that you are reading, also from English books, from novels. Of course, novels carry lots of vocabs, carry lots of difficult vocabs, which might help you as well. Good. We've done with task 3. No, not yet, but this is my plan for this one. So what I did here, guys, for the strong adjectives, I numbered them. So from number 1 to number 9, to make it easier to me to explain it for you. The ordinary adjective, which is the normal adjectives, I put it in letters from A to I. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna match the numbers to the letters to make it easier for you, and also easier to me to match the strong adjectives with the ordinary or the normal adjective. Good. So number 3 has been done for you. Number 1, which is powerful. Number 1, powerful, will go to sad, bad, strange, strong, interested. Which one? Strong. Excellent. So which letter? Letter D. Excellent. Number 2, tragic, will go to sad, bad, strange. Yeah, sad. Very good. It is sad, is it? Yes. Or bad? We can say bad, yes. B. Superb finish, which is excellent. This has been done for you. Furious. Furious. think that you have seen that movie Fast and Furious. This is not a marketing, by the way. Furious, number 4, will go to which one? Which one, guys? Number 4 will go Furious, Angry, which is C. Number 4 to C. Okay. We have as well here, we have it here, number 5, Astonish, which is number 5, yes. Astonish, which is number 5, will go to Surprise, H. Number 6, Terrible, will go to Bad, yes. Yeah, so I think we make a mistake here with number 2, not B, so number 2 will go to D. Number 2 will go to D, yes. Number 7, which is Terrified. Terrified will go to Afraid, which is I. Number 8, Bizarre, will go to Strange, C. Number 9, the last one, Fascinated, will go to Interested, which is A. So I've done it in a very simple way and very quick way because we are gonna move to other activities. By the way, this activity in the course book is cancelled, so we are not gonna teach it. Let's have a very quick listening. Now we are in the workbook. So if you open your workbook, first task, we are gonna do listening. So we're gonna play listening right now. Listen and answer the questions, guys.
Listening 1.3.1.
I'm not sure if you can hear it.
Tell me, Jack, how do you like to get news?
Well, a mixture of ways.
Okay, so I think that, yes, yeah, no problem. We are going to do listening later on. So now if we are going to listen to the task, how does Jack get the news? So we are asking that the ways that Jack get the news. So getting the news from where? From the mobile, from messages, from whatever things. What does he like about newspaper headline? So like what, for example, they like the language, they like, for example, or Jack likes the language of the headline, like, for example, the shiny words or whatever. What kind of a news story does he enjoy most? So what kind of stories? Does he enjoy, for example, politician stories? Does he enjoy movie stories? Does he enjoy, for example, sport stories or whatever? What doesn't he like reading about? Reading about, for example, he doesn't like to read about a politician or sport or whatever. Anyway, so what I would like you, before we listen, I would like you to read the question. So look, underline the keywords. Yeah, underline the key words. So when you underline the keywords, later on when you listen, try to chase that word, try to catch that word, because catching the word of the question will help you guys to get the answers of this question. So for the time being, since we are reading the questions, read the questions, underline the keywords. So let's go to the first one. For example, how does Jack get the news? Get the news, how? So we'd like to know, what does he like about the newspaper? Like, this is a key word. What kind of a news? So kind, anwa. What doesn't he like reading about? So doesn't like. So the first one like, the second one doesn't like. Good. So I would like it, you will hear it for the first time, and then we'll try to answer it together. So be ready. You will listen right now. Go ahead.
Listening 1.3.1. So, tell me, Jack, how do you like to get news?
Well, a mixture of ways, really. The internet's great for fast, up-to-date news, but I also like TV and newspapers. I enjoy reading newspaper headlines.
What do you like about headlines?
I love the dramatic language they use. A good headline really catches my attention and makes me want to read the story.
What kind of news stories do you find most interesting?
Oh, international ones. I like to know what's going on in the world. I'm also very interested in sports news.
Anything you don't enjoy reading about?
Celebrities and stars. They're so boring.
Yes, thank you very much for listening, guys. And I tried my best to listen and answer also the questions. So Jack likes to get the news from internet, TV, newspaper. He likes the dramatic language. So dramatic also shows the sad part of the story. What kind of news stories does he enjoy? Must he enjoy international stories, sports stories? And the last question, what doesn't he like reading about? So he doesn't like to read about celebrity and stars, and he described them by boring. He said boring. Now we are going to move to the adjective with ing and ed. What does that mean? So we have activity 2 in workbook saying adjective with ed is different from adjective with ing. In which part? Let's explain. So adjective end in ed and adjectives end in ing. What are the difference between them? For example, the word bored and boring. So what is the difference between them? Can we say the guy is boring? The guy. Oh, sorry, before that. We use adjective with ed, to describe the feeling. Describe the feeling. Yes. So we use it to describe the feeling and tell us about the emotion. Tell us the emotion of someone, the emotions of someone. But boring, so we use boring. Sometimes boring is the cause of the feeling. سبب الشعور, cause of the feeling. So ed, the feeling, describe the feeling. But boring or the adjective with ing, it's the cause, السبب of the feeling behind that. So if we say, let's put examples here. The man is, or the movie is. So if we would like to describe the man is boring or bored? The man is bored. If we say bored, we will explain that the guy is bored because of something, because maybe he has lots of free time, he has nothing to do, that's why he is bored. متملل. So we are describing the guy by bored. So he is not boring, he is bored because of something, بسبب. But if we say the movie is boring, we are describing that the reason that the man is bored is the movie. For example, so the movie is boring. So the movie affect our feeling. So the movie is not good, that's why the movie is boring. But some students will say, how can we, what if we say the man is boring? If you say the man is boring, means that man makes others bored. So the man make other bored. So if you describe that guy that he is boring, so he is the cause of the bore. He is the cause of being bored. Is it clear? Say it again. Adjective end with ed, describing the feeling. So I am interested. I am interested. أنا مستمتع. But if I say the movie is interesting or the session is interesting, so it means the session makes me interested. Good? So an adjective end with ing, it's the cause to the feeling, the cause to the feeling. Okay? The activity that we have here will make it clear to you. Let's go directly. So we have interested, interesting, excited, exciting, disappointing, whatever. Let's do number one. I'm not very interested or interesting in the lives of Sarah. This has been done for you. The second example, I watched an amused or amusing film. On TV last night. It was funny that I couldn't stop laughing. So I watched an amusing film. Why? Because the film make us happy. Maha has some excited or exciting plans. So we are describing the plans of exciting here, amusing. Ali was very disappointed or disappointing. Ali, it's himself. Ali was very disappointed. So I'm gonna leave the rest for you. Read the examples, guys. Try to underline or try to circle the correct answer, just to make sure that adjective with ed, adjective with ing, try to list as much as you can and try to use them as well for the future purposes, because sometimes is really shame when you describe someone, oh, he is boring. You would like to describe that he is mutamallil, but you are saying, oh, he is boring. He is boring is in the negative way. If you are saying that he is boring, means what? Means he make you bored. Okay, you don't like him. So be careful when you use adjective ed and adjective with ing. Guys, we have reached to the end of this session. We hope that we made your day today with theme 1, unit 3. Thank you very much, and we'll see you inshallah coming session.